Kip here, Thousands of Roots, and in case you're new to our channel, we live on an off-grid cabin that we built ourselves, 20 acres. We bought the land basically bare, and we're building up this homestead as we go. We're a family of 8, and come join us on the journey. So I wanted to give you a quick update of what I was able to do the other day. This swale here that you can see behind me, all this water, all this part that's humped up here is swale, and we've got that planted out with fruit trees. You can see that peach there. You can see that budding out. So what me and Joshy did the other day is we finished pruning and chopping and dropping the whole rest of the swale. You can see the other ones right above. We're going to link that of us pruning. But we finished pruning and chopping, dropping the whole rest of the swale. So we did six or seven, and we got this all cleaned up. So I'm sharing this just to kind of show like the kind of stuff that we do when I'm not working at total high speed and I can work here. So the other thing that I did was this swale. This is one of our blackberry swales that super produced last year. Oh, that's another one we can link, is our blackberry harvest last summer. Went through this and took all the tip roots and transplanted them to this swale, and that was our blueberry swale, and the blueberries did awful on that swale. They just were not thriving. So we dug up all the blueberries that were there that did survive, and we transplanted them, got them out of there. We planted this out with blackberries because we know that this blackberry swale here and this one here both thrive in this spot, so it's a pretty safe assumption by observation that this one's going to thrive. Okay, so another thing that we did was we cleaned up our garden area. We got all these blackberries out of here, all but one of them. So this one right here, we didn't pull out because it's really big and very mature. We didn't want to pull them all out, but I mean, we do want to pull them all out and transplant them. We didn't have space for this one yet in the new swale, so we'll see how it goes. But we did take out all the rest that were here to make room for all the other things we want to grow here. The blueberries that we pulled out of that swale, this is where we transplanted them to. We're making ourselves a little blueberry bed here. This blueberry was already here, so it's established, but then we added that little guy there, which you probably won't see, and that one, which was a pretty decent one, that one that's a little scraggly one, that one was the best one on the swale. All these blueberries were on that swale for over 2 years, so they should have all been like this one. We kept trying to do stuff to fix it, adding pine needles to it. A few times we added pine needles to that swale right around these plants, mulched it, fertilized it. Just kept trying to create an environment where they could thrive, and they just weren't thriving there. They just didn't like it. So again, by using observation, they're not thriving there. They don't like the soil, then move them. So while we're in the garden, I want to point out a couple things. Things that we've planted and they have just thrived like crazy. These things thrive so much that it's like if you try to kill them, you can't even kill them. They're that hardy and they thrive that well here. Number 1 on our list is garlic chives. These things are fantastic. So what all are they good for?
We like to eat the garlic chives just straight out of the garden, fresh, raw. We like to put them in our salads. You can also use them in cooked items, soups and casseroles and things. The animals like them. The chickens will come and munch on them. And they're just really also good in the garden for like as a support plant. So we've been transplanting a bunch of our garlic chives into 2 different tomato beds where we're going to be growing tomatoes hopefully this spring. So spring, summer.
Cool. Number 2 on our list is thyme. And creeping thyme?
Yeah, this is creeping thyme, and it's really nice because it's a plant that stays low to the ground. It doesn't get real tall, so you can use it kind of just under your other plants as a cover and a support plant. I love to use it on chicken, mostly when I do the big chicken pot with the roast chicken.
All the time you like to use thyme?
It's also medicinal, so you can put it in salves. You can make tinctures. There's just a lot of uses for thyme. So I had planted this all around our fire circle thinking it would look neat, but I just don't like stepping on it. I feel bad stepping on it. So we're gonna transplant this time over to our potato and beet beds that are gonna be along the edges of our garden in raised beds. And so it'll be kind of a little undercover under those plants, hopefully.
Cool. Okay, so let's go take you over to number 3. This is number 3 on our list, but it is one of our favorites. Because I think this one actually has more multi-purpose use than all the others. And don't want to miss out on this one. Don't miss out on this one. Comfrey.
Woohoo! Yay for comfrey!
Yay for comfrey. What are all the uses of comfrey?
Oh, the uses of comfrey are endless. It can be used, mostly it's used medicinally. I love to put it in salves. You can mix it into smoothies even. I've never tried that, but people use it internally, externally, all different ways medicinally. It's incredibly healing. Tissue healing is its main property. Also, it's great for all the critters on the homestead. Everybody likes comfrey. All the birds, the cows. I don't know if the dogs eat it, but but we in the garden and in the orchard areas, we really like to put at least one comfrey plant by every fruit tree because it grows so aggressively that it can be chopped. It can be chopped and dropped 5, 6, it depends on your zone, growing zone of course, but here we can chop and drop it like 5, 6 times and it provides more nutrition for the fruit tree that it's around and the plants that it's around. It's a dynamic accumulator, so it draws up nutrients from down deep in the soil and helps release them, release those nutrients to the plants around it. So it's just an amazing plant.
So just kind of a bird's eye view here. So we got comfrey by this fruit tree, comfrey right there by that one, right past my lovely wife.
So the hope is to put this comfrey out on our swale next to a fruit tree, but every time we transplant a comfrey out there, we're not sure if it's going to make it. So yes, it's a hardy plant, but the geese love it so much that they could take it out. This might not make it, but we're going to try.
Whenever they find it, they eat it down to a nub. They eat it down to the ground. So another fruit tree, another comfrey plant. Another fruit tree, another comfrey. You're getting the idea? Fruit tree, comfrey. So we truly are working on getting a comfrey plant by every fruit tree. And we encourage you that any fruit tree you have, put comfrey by it. It will help that tree to thrive.
So those are our top, I guess you could call them our top 3 herbs. We just love them because they're so hardy and so multi-purpose.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yep.
So the boys are filling up the cow water and I just have to show you their setup. It's so fun. Alright, so our spring is flowing really nicely right now. So they've got the sump pump down in here with filters all around it. And then the hose heads on up behind the addition. Goes on in through the patio area. Oh, they ran out, so they switched to another hose here. Blue hose coming across the driveway. Oh, ran out of hose again, another hose. And then here's where it gets fun. So the hose ended and they were like 15 feet from the bathtub that's our current water trough for the cows. So they found some pipes that they connected together, clamped the hose onto the pipe, got it up high enough on these sawhorses and with a little rock so that there's just enough fall for it to gravity feed into the tub. I guess it beats hauling buckets.
Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much to our subscribers. Whatever you do, do it with your whole heart.